everybody. In this lesson, we're going to learn some really cool math called comparative relational thinking. Now that seems really big, but it's not. It's just about thinking about relationships. So I'm just going to call my notes comparative thinking. And today we're only going to do the addition part. So we're going to title our notes comparative thinking because that's what we're going to learn today. And we're going to learn about the addition. So I always like to start with a review. So let's think way back. Are these equations true or false? Shout out at the screen. 5 equals 3 plus 2. True. 5 is on one side. 3 plus 2 is on the other side. 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. Remember, both sides of the equal sign have to have the same value. Try again. Hopefully you said false. 765, 756. Switch the 10s and the 1s. Hopefully you said false again. They are not equal. Ooh, challenge. It is true. Question is, how did you know it was true? So you might have thought in your head, I solved both sides. So I did 6 plus 4 is 10, and 3 plus 7 is 10, so they were both 10. That's one way to do it. How did you do it? Right, now we're still going way back to when we were little, small numbers. What's the missing number? Hopefully you knew right off the top of your head, if the same number is on both sides, then the missing number has to be the same. So we're adding 5, and it is the same. We're adding 5, and that missing number needs to be the same. So hopefully that's what you thought, and you didn't even do the math. What's the missing number? Hopefully again you got 3. This time you might have counted up or done another strategy to find the missing digit. Ooh, challenge. What's the missing digit? Missing digit is 2. How did you solve it? What did you do in your head? So those are some things that you might have learned way back in 1st grade, 2nd grade. And here's some more things. You might have counted all. You might have drawn lines and counted all. You might have counted on, started at like 8 and counted up 9, 10, 11, 12. You might have made doubles. You might have made a 10. But one strategy that's always fun is friendly numbers. And we're going to kind of work with that today. Why do friendly numbers work? So we're going to go way back, start with easy, and then we're going to work up to really hard numbers, which is why these strategies are really cool because they work with big numbers. So if I think about an easy problem, like 17 plus 8, we learned that in 1st grade. I could first use the count up strategy. So you would have started at 17 and counted up 8 little spots on the number line, and you would have found out the answer is 25. That is one way you could have solved the problem. But if you did it with friendly numbers, you would add up in chunks. So you would add 3 to make 20. And you would subtract 3, so sometimes your teachers would have shown you add 3 here, because 17 plus 3 is 20. So we think what is left? 8 minus 3 is 5. So we have to add 5 more, and we would have gotten 25. Notice that we get the 3 hops to make the 20, and then the 5 more. So now we're going to think about adding friendly numbers to add. I like to do this in my head eventually, but sometimes I need to kind of do it right now at first until I get good at it in my head. I like to add things with multiples of 10, so then I don't have to worry about the ones place. So if I add 3 to here, it would make 30. But where would I get that 3? Remember in our last slide, where did we get the 3? We got it from the other adding. So we're going to take the 3 away from the 46. And you might see it written like this, 3 plus 43. Because 46 equals 3 plus 43. So now we have our 30 plus 43. Can you do that in your head really fast? So then I know it's 30 plus 43, I know 3 plus 4 is 73, and it's really, really, really fast, which is why this is called. So now what if the problems are on both sides? So we're going to do one without solving. Is this true or false? I don't want to solve it, I just want to compare the numbers. Are they true or false? I'm going to use friendly numbers and make it 10. So how do I do that? Instead of making it 10, I'm going to change one added to match the other side, because if they're the same, so this number and this number are the same, then I know this number and this number have to be the same. So I'm going to add 4 to 28. Make it 32. But where did that 4 come from? Which one of these numbers? Well, it came from the ones on the same side of the equal sign. Because remember, I would take away the 4 from here, because 4 plus 13, like if it was the little balls, 4 plus 13 is 17. So I'm going to take that 4, make it 32, and look here, 32 and 13. Are they the same numbers? They're the same numbers, so they both match, so it's true. And all I had to do in my head is take 4 from here, make that 32, 4 minus that's 13, so yes, that works. So friendly numbers, when we're doing equations, don't end in 0, they match the other side. So we could do that to find an unknown. So really quick, think about 550 plus something. Well, 550 doesn't match either one of these, but which one is it closer to? That's right, it's closer to 543. So 543, I need 7 more. If I add 7, and that is going to equal 550. So if I added 7 from here, I would need to take away 7. In my head, I can do that really fast. That's 760, so what's my missing number? 760. Let's see. First I add 7. Where did I get it from? I would subtract 7 from next door. So the unknown is equal to 760 because they have to match, both sides have to match. So true or false? Did you do it in your head? Did you take 3 from this side and make it match 583, or did you take 3 from this side and make it match 940? I'm going to take 3 from here, and then I get 934, and that does not match, so it is false. Oh, these are much bigger numbers. Am I scared? Nope, not at all. Let's see. Which side do I want to play with? This side. Let's match 832 and 945, because in my head I'm thinking I need need 3 more to make it 35. I need 13. And I can subtract 13 in my head. And I get 6,782 over here. So now this is equal to this. 6,782 is equal to that. So yes, it is true. Pause and find the missing addend. How did you solve it? You could do either way. You could subtract 46, or you could add. I'm going to subtract. I'm going to add. So I have 13, which would make it 290, plus 10 more, which makes it 300. So now I have 300 on this side. And if I added 13, I have to subtract 13 from over here. And in my head, I know it is 3. Hopefully you got the same answer. Look how easy and fast this kind of work is. Big numbers, don't be scared. So this is 342. So I need 3 more from here to make it 345. And if I took 3 away in my head, I can do that as 564, so it's 54,564. And that is my missing number. Hope you had fun with comparative relational thinking of addition.